Hey everybody, hi, it's Roger Newman. You probably know me best by the author of this book, Persuasion's Equations. And if you don't know much about the book, you can go to my website, persuasionequations.com. For those of you that don't know much about me, I'm going to give you a couple of snapshots of who I am and where I came from and where I am today. I was a very lucky person at the age of 3. How old? 3. That's right, 3 years old. I knew I wanted to grow up to be a pilot. My uncle took me to an open house at Scott Air Force Base in Illinois. That's the day the flying bug bit me hard. I knew that day I wanted to be a fighter pilot and an airline pilot, and my mission was accomplished. I flew helicopters in Vietnam for the Army, went to the Army Reserves, then I transferred over to the Air National Guard where I flew fighters. In fact, this is the helmet right here where I flew the F-100s and the F-4s. I stayed with the Air National Guard and the Army for a total of 23 years. I got out as a major. In conjunction with that, I also flew for the airlines. Those are my two goals, right? Accomplished. And I was a captain with the airlines. My last 2 years before I retired from the airlines, I flew this airplane, which is Boeing 777. And my normal route was from Houston, Texas to Narita, Japan, and back. During that time, I was also in the sales arena. In fact, I started my sales career when I was the age of 4. I grew up on a farm, and I would go out with my mom and sell chicken, eggs, and apple butter at the age of 4. So that's where I started from. Today, I'm still in the sales arena. I've done sales training, led workshops, and I've done a lot of things within the sales arena. My niche was the in-home one-call closing. However, the reason for this video today is I want to share with you something that my good friend Brian Ridgway is doing right now. He is working on a project and he had his first webinar on the Level 5 Transformational Communications and Sales Mastery series. Before that, he set up 4 mini videos for us to watch, us being a small selected group of people. And within each one of those 4 videos, he built and built on what was going to be his webinars. At the end of the 4th video, he sent out a survey. And on that survey, he asked what we liked, what we didn't like, what we thought he should put in, and he also had a question box. What was the biggest hang-up we had? Well, I filled out that questionnaire, and I thought, well, that's it, I'll just wait for the webinar. The day before the first webinar came out, Brian called me, and it blew my mind. He actually called me, and he says, hey, Roger, I was just going over your survey. Thanks for taking that survey, and I just want to discuss an issue with you. Do you have time now? I said, sure. I always have time for you, Brian. He said, you kind of got my interest going. He said, you've done all this in the past, but yet you had this one particular thing that's hanging you up. I said, well, you're right. And he says, let me try to help you. And we're going to do a transformational breakthrough event on the phone. Now, I've been to a lot of seminars, and I've been to a lot of seminars where they've done breakthroughs up on the stage with people. And that would take anywhere from 30 minutes to 60 minutes per person to get a breakthrough accomplished. So how is Brian going to do this, not even eyeball to eyeball, but just on the phone in less than 30 minutes? Folks, he did it. He actually did that. He had a breakthrough for me in about 10 to 15 minutes time. And I want to tell you the feelings I had after that breakthrough. It felt as if 2 anvils were just completely lifted off my shoulder. It felt like I didn't have a care in the world, no worries, nothing could bother me. The next day I woke up, I still had that feeling, and I felt like I was walking around, basically hovering, to use a helicopter pilot's expression, or just I could walk on eggshells without even breaking the shells. And I was carefree and happy. So Brian, I want to thank you for that. The reason I'm really doing this video today is I watched those 4 videos before the first webinar. And then I went back today again. I just finished watching those 4 videos. and wow, they knocked my socks off. The reason I say that is I didn't realize it at the time, but Brian, it was like you just made each one of those 4 separate videos specifically for me. Nobody else. But I know they're for everybody else. They're for the universe. And if people get in tune to what you said, they're going to have the same feeling that I am. Today, I feel like I can conquer the world thanks to Brian. I know that I can do anything I want, go anywhere I want to go, and just have the time in my life. I know also that with that breakthrough that Brian gave me just a couple of days ago, he's changed my life forever. And folks, I know that he can do the same thing for you if you keep an open mind. You have to open your mind just like you would a parachute. The only way a parachute will work well for you is if it's open. The only way your mind will work well for you if you keep an open mind. You keep your open mind, Brian will fill it full and overflowing to your advantage. Brian, I just want to say thank you. I love you, man. And you were the first one that ever got me to feel the way I feel today. And these words can't even express how I feel about what you've done for me so far. And it was the first webinar. I can't wait till the end of the series. So I want to thank you again from the bottom of my heart. And folks, I would just want to say this to you. I want you to go out and make it a successful day.